I was raised by a mother who was very clear about owning and being proud of who you are as Black people. And when I came into my own as being comfortable in my skin as a gay man, I also knew I had to manage both. When I walk into a room, people see a Black man. When they get to know me, they get to know a Black gay man. In 1994, I made my first visit to Chicago. It was a 20th birthday gift to myself. I fell in love with what I saw. I was so encouraged by being around not just gay people, but Black gay men who were out, proud, and living great lives. And I thought, oh, that's something I want one day.
I met Roderick over 10 years ago when I started as CEO of the Chicago Urban League. And we started working together then, worked together on my campaign for the U.S. Senate, and worked together at Mayor Emanuel's office.
When the Illinois Unites for Marriage campaign got into full swing, Orlando Legal reached out to me and said, listen, we want the Urban League to be a part of this campaign. I sheepishly went into Andrea's office and I said, so Andy, so I got this call. They want us to be involved with the marriage equality campaign. I don't know if you're okay with that. She was in her office doing something. She did a swivel around in her chair and she said, why would we not be involved?
I think he was a little surprised, but for me, the Urban League is a civil rights organization. This was a civil rights issue and was critically important and was absolutely the place where the Urban League should be.
And even though there were some folks who were upset and thought and questioned why the Chicago Urban League would be in a conversation about gay rights, gay marriage, I had to remind folks we wouldn't have some of the rights we have without folks like Bayard Rustin, who was a key advisor to King, who was the lead organizer of the March on Washington in 1963, and an openly gay Black man. Black queer folk have always been at the table, sometimes quietly, sometimes boldly.
Roderick has always been a force for equity, inclusion, and fighting for right.
Sometimes we often say, make a seat at the table, invite you to the room. Well, you know what? You can create your own damn room. You don't need to wait on folks who haven't invited you and don't plan to invite you. You can create your own advocacy coalitions that can do the work that needs to be done. Because who better to speak to your demographic than you? We know pain, we know struggle, we also know fight, we also know resilience. I believe that it's important that all of us who have been marginalized, who have experienced disenfranchisement, who have experienced discrimination, we do have an obligation to support each other. If we're gonna be fighting for freedom and equality, all of us are in this struggle, and all of us have to show up when someone is in need. We have to.